GM, wonderful friends. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. You are back with the huddle with Button and Cucho live from New York. How are you doing, Cucho? You having a great day in the NFT world?
Yes, I do. What's up, Button? And yeah, it's great to do another one of these. We haven't posted one in a while, but we're back at it in 2023. And yeah, we just want to do a video talking a little bit of the state of the NFT market, and then highlight a few specific projects that have been doing well and some other type of news. So yeah, let's jump right into it. So this is, we just want to have a quick look at, to get a sense of market. So this is in the last 30 days, the top collections based on volume. And yeah, we see a little bit of green. We haven't seen much green in the most part of the last year, but in the, since like a month or so, NFTs have been getting a little bit more traction again. What's really good to see is, the collection that have been performing well are also many of the collections that have been around already for a minute, also in the last bull market. So we're seeing things like CryptoPunks, we're seeing Yuga Labs assets, um, Pudgy's is up 70%. Like that's a big one. Azuki has been doing really well. So yeah, it's great to see that a lot of these projects have been building and are drawing again more attention. Button,
Yeah.
what is standing out to you when you look at how the last month has been in the NFT space?
Well, I think like CryptoPunks remains like the OG PFP. A PFP, but it's also art. It's historical art in the Web3 space, so it's gonna stay up there. You can't, even if you try not to look at it, you still got that Donald Trump one. And you know what? When there's money, people are gonna come in and try to figure a way of getting some Web3 money. So honestly, it's good job to their strategy team on putting that one together. Apes, they're doing a lot. They have a lot of money to play with, and they have quite a big ecosystem. So we'll see how it all pieces together. But it definitely seems like they're leaning into the gaming aspect of Web3, and if they hit it right, it could be a out of the ballpark winner long term. But we're yet to see how that does. But I mean, still, like to get into that at 78 ETH, geez, man, you better be saving up that dough for a long period of time to play that game.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, right? Like a bored ape, you still can't buy a bored ape for less than like 100K. Like that's pretty crazy. And like you
Yeah.
said, like they're working. Actually, they're gonna soon have a new mint, which seems to be a free mint for their holders. So that's gonna be cool to see how that plays out in the next weeks. And they said like the whole mint is gonna be kind of like an experience. It's not just gonna be connect your wallet and mint. Like there's gonna be a lot of gamification around the drop as well. What we want to do now is just, yeah, a few projects. Like overall, like we said, market has been doing pretty well, but a few projects stand out in specific. And one of them we really got to talk about is Pudgy Penguins. So uh, in terms of PFPs as a use case, Pudgy Penguins, I think like coming into the bear, they were at like 2 ETH floor. I think now they're about 7 ETH. Most projects are like down 80-90%, but Pudgy is actually up in the whole bear market. So pretty crazy. And Button, are you like hugely surprised by that, or knowing more about the projects, you actually it makes a lot of sense to you why Pudgies have been doing so well?
It always makes sense post talk after you're reflecting on it when you're saying, "Damn, I should have bought some." But I mean, the truth is, it's owned by an incredible guy called Luca, who's been, made self-made millionaire in marketing, from selling goods direct to consumers. He made a ton of money from Pudgy Penguins, learning about Web3. And when Pudgy Penguins went through their drama with their founders, he found an opportunity for him to buy in. And he brought his team that helped him get his first millions in on it. And they have done such an incredible job of getting Pudgy Penguins out there. Their Instagram it feels good, it's interactive. You feel a sense of connection. When you think about Pudgy Penguins, their goal is that you get that that you get that warm, kind feeling, or like this person is a good person if they're using a Pudgy Penguin as a PFP. They've done a few big events, and they're also now doing behind the scenes of like them building Pudgy Penguins on YouTube, so you can watch them behind the scenes planning out the next drop that they're going to do, the next event they're going to do, and it just makes you feel further connected with the project overall. The only way, I mean, besides if you don't have 6 ETH to get in, the only other ways you can get in is there's a Lil Pudgies, which is about 1/10 of the price of a Pudgy, and then there's also these fishing rods, which we'll see how those play into the Pudgy Penguin ecosystem. But they're definitely they're building, and honestly, they're doing the marketing and strategy in a very impressive format. Kucho, any additional thoughts on it?
No, I mean, I completely agree with you. I think they're amazing. I mean, their Instagram, and not too many projects are so active on Instagram, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
very fast growing. I mean, 250,000 people following them on Instagram. And also what Luca, always the ones that leading the project now, what he always says, what he loves about the Penguins is that actually every person can identify with them. And I
Yep.
think that's a great point, because if you look at a lot of the other projects, it's like, oh, I think like, this group of people might not resonate with them.
That's a
But
good
with
point.
penguins, I mean, these are, they are cute, like really every age, every gender,
Yep.
wherever you are in the world, probably, you think these are cute and can kind of, it resonates with you.
Well said.
So I love that. And also what it says here, right? Spread good vibes and positivity. I also think it's really cool, like how they have a focus on that. And like, for example, through their Instagram, give like these light tips on self-development and stuff like that. So yeah, really cool. That's one. Then let's talk about a couple more. So like, I mean, the second type of project I think that have been doing really well is like projects that do or something that's very different.
Mm-hmm.
One that we want to call out is Rug Radio. So their vision is to kind of disrupt like the media industry. And what they've been doing is they're doing the whole week long a lot of different shows on like Twitter. They've also started to stream on YouTube, etc. And they have a couple of NFT collections as well. And their vision is that you actually are going to get rewarded um, by consuming their content. So by consuming their content, you're going to be able to get like their token, and then they are building out some utility cases for that. And so it hasn't really happened yet. Like they are communicating that it's close to launching, but yeah, it just, I would say like those types of projects we've seen doing well, just that have continued to build and do something new. Button, what's your take or reaction on these types of projects?
Yeah, I mean, well, first off, yeah, like the floor price to get a rug is like 0.5. It was only a few months ago that it was like 0.25. So it's doing pretty well. The question is execution, but we're seeing so many other uh, spaces incentivizing people to join in to receive a POAP or some form of a digital collectible. And if this is like a new evolution of it, where the more you listen, the more you collect, the more future rewards you'll get. It really is a full circle beneficial for Rug Radio, and the founders and the collectors of the NFTs. So it's very exciting stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing the execution of it, because as we know, like sometimes like some of these undertakings of making the inner pipeline all come together, it takes a lot of work. I'm still waiting to authenticate clothing, and I feel like I got this clothing to do it, but no one's set it up yet. And so I'm like waiting for that to come together. Stay tuned, 2023.
Yeah. Yeah, you made some great points. And exactly, I mean, there have been some spaces or a lot of spaces that give like POAPs, and we see that people love like getting rewarded for just participating in something. So like the general concept definitely is really cool. So to be seen how it's going to play out. And then we also want to bring up one more topic, which is security. And yeah, there have been some, really sad news with, one of the OGs in the space, getting hacked, but also the community coming together. So, Button, you follow this really closely. Do you want to share a little bit more about that?
Yeah, well, Novo's a close friend of my wife and I, and he's been, I mean, I will never forget the first time I see him. The thing that's special about him is you don't know who he actually is. You know him as CryptoNovo. If you meet him in real life, he dresses up exactly like his punk. And unfortunately, he clicked a bad link, and all of his assets were taken out of his wallet, which was over $1 million. But the beauty of this story is that because he's so influential, because he honestly he leads with kindness and love in the Web3 space, uh, all of these people came together to help raise enough money to acquire the punk back, so that he can have his, in a weird way, his identity back. And so it just concluded, I think it was yesterday, they were able to raise enough money in order to buy it back. And he now he's back, baby. And it's no longer that, it went from a really depressing story to kind of a beautiful story of people coming together. I think the theme is community, where the unity is in all capitalization letters, and it really demonstrates the power of Web3, and what the community can do to build something spectacular.
Yeah, very well said. Yeah, I think yeah, I mean, it was really shocking, right? Like,
It's crazy.
how that happened. But on the
How
other hand,
often?
also, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, how often does someone lose $1 million like in seconds? Like that doesn't happen. It's got to be the most devastating thing if you think about it.
Yeah, exactly. And it shows, right? Like even an OG like CryptoNovo that, I mean, knows how to take care of his security, it can even happen to someone like that. So, and also shows like security, if you're an investor in the space, like it must be a big topic for you to always focus on and learn as well. But then on the other hand, like beautiful how the community came together. And it shows me also just, I love being in the space, and it's really like a cool space with amazing people. So love to see that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, should we wrap it up, Button? I think we gave a good sense of like where the market's at, and also some of the projects and some of the news. What do you think is going to happen in the next weeks? Do you think NFTs are going to continue to keep their momentum going, or do you expect the market to maybe flatten out a bit here?
When you're looking at it from a micro sense, I mean, I there's no way that I'm expecting it to 2x or anything like that. I kind of feel like we've kind of got used to this range between 1100 to 1200 for ETH. Sometimes we get up to 1300. Long term, I really believe in this. I really believe in digital collectibles, and I think that by you participating and collecting from the earlier days, it will reward. It looks like that with all collectibles. And if you were collecting NFTs when punks were minted, congratulations, you have succeeded in the Web3 space. So hopefully that time is not concluded yet, and we can still be able to get a little bit of that cash money.
Exactly. Yeah, I like that take. And also, I think what's important, always pay attention to, what are the teams that are continue to build and, engage their community, etc. And,
Right.
we see, especially in a bear, you see all the hype is gone. So you see more clearly like the projects that are doing it right and projects that maybe, moved on with their attention on other things or so. So, and also, we're curious. Like, let us know what are projects you're paying attention on now. What are news that you're seeing? So let us know in the comments below, or hop into our Discord, the HODL, and let's chat with the community about some of the things that you see and perspectives
Yep.
that you have.
We're here to help. Anything you need, you let us know. Appreciate you, Cucho. I hope you have a wonderful day, my friend.
You as well. Cheers, everyone.